Hi, I'm Kristen Wright, and this is my assessment video on sight words. Today, my student I'm going to be working with is my little brother, Nicholas, who is a 6th grader, but he is going to be working and pretending that he is about a 2nd grader in this demonstration. So, I will be using the tool I found is the Dolch Sight Word Assessment. It assesses a 220 Dolch sight words. Teachers assess this area because it helps them to measure students' progress towards fluency. Students need to know their sight words in order to obtain fluency, because if they cannot read their sight words fluently, they will not be able to really get through a sentence without starting and stopping. So it's very important that we understand our sight words. So today we are going to be doing, like I said, the Dolch Fluency Assessment to assess the sight words. So what it is I've given my student, Nicholas is going to read the 9 different Dolch lists. So you're going to read from each of these lists. Since he is an upper level student, I'm going to assess all of the words since I'm assuming right now that he knows all of them, but if he doesn't, I'll stop and we'll just measure assessment from there. So what you're going to do is you're going to read from list 1. You're going to read by row. While you read by each row, I'm going to record. I have a student assessment sheet, and I'm going to go through and check off a plus if you know the word and a negative if you don't. And so we're going to put your name on the top. And as a teacher, I'm going to keep close records of these and do them periodically to measure my students throughout the school year. And so this is not timed. I just want Nicholas to take his time and do his best. You can start whenever you're ready with the first row on line 1.
The, to, and, he, I, you, it, in, was, said, his, that, she, for, on, that, they, but had, at, him, with, up, ow.
Alright, I want you to move on to list 2 now. We're going to try this one. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to read them by row again, and I'm going to keep track of them as you go. Okay. So whenever you're ready.
Look, is her, there, some, oh, as we have go, we am, then little down, do, can, could, when, did, what, so, see, not, were.
Alright, let's try list 3. So let's do the same thing again. Read by rows for me.
Get them like one, this, my, would, me, will, yes, big, went, are, come, if, now, long, no, came, ask, very, and over, your, it's.
Alright, so now Nicholas has done his first 3 lists. Now you're going to do the next one, which is list 4. Just 1 second so I can get your assessment sheet out. Okay, you can start whenever you're ready.
Ride into just blue, red from good, any, about, around, want, don't, how, no, right, put, to, got, take, where, every, pretty, jump, green, for.
Okay, list 5, do the same thing.
Away, old, by, there, here, saw, call, after, well, think, ran, let, help, make, going, sleep, brown, yellow, 5, 6, walk, 2, or, before, eat.
Okay, let's go to list 6, so your next page. And start whenever you're ready.
again, play, who, been, may, stop, off, never, 7, 8, cold, today, fly, myself, round, tell, much, keep, give, work, first, try, new, must, start.
Great, and then we're going to do our last three. So you're on list 7.
Mhm.
Okay, you start with your top word again.
Black, white, 10, does, bring, goes, right, always, drink, once, soon, made, run, gave, open, has, fine, only, us, 3, our, better, hold, by, funny.
Okay, list 8.
Warm, 80, full, those, done, use, fast, say, light, pick, hurt, pull, cut, kind, both, set, which, fall, carry, small, under, read, why, own, found.
Okay, your last list for me.
Wash, show, hot, because, far, live, draw, clean, grow, best, upon, these, sing, together, please, thank, wish, many, shall, laugh.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take and look at how many words are on each of our lists that we did. And we are going to see how many words you knew out of all these. So let's see, list 1 had how many words? Let's go back. We'll just. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 25 words. And you knew 21. Now let's look at list 2, which also had 25 words. Let's see. 5. And that one you knew 24 of those words. Now for list 3, also 25 words, and you knew all of your words in there, so you knew all 25. So let's look at list 4. How many do you know on this list? You had 25 words again, and you had 24 of those that you knew. And then list number 5, you knew all of those words. List 6, also 25 words, and you knew 24 of those you were fluent in. List 7, you had 25 words, and you knew 1, 2, so you knew 23 of those. And list 8 was your last one that had 25, and you knew 24. And then list 9 was a little shorter, and it only had 20 words, and you knew 19 of them. Yep, 19. So now what we're going to do is so now with my student, I'm going to show them progress summary. And what's going to happen is we're going to write Nicholas on the top. and our date, which is the 19th. And we're going to calculate how many words you know. So let's see here. We're going to add this up really quick. So, you knew 209 out of 220 words, which is super. So now what we're going to do is, since I'm working with an upper level student, I'm going to use lists 1 through 9. It's called the Words I Know chart. And so what's going to happen is we're going to write the students on the top, so Nicholas is going to go on the top. And then each time we work together, I'm going to have you color in where you're at on here. So we put the date down here, so 2-19. And then I want you to grab, let's see, you can use my pencil for today. And what I do is shade up to where 209 is, okay? So 209 would be what, about right here, and that's where 209 is, and shade all the way up. And so this is a way of letting the students have a piece ownership in what they know and understand for progress monitoring. So each time you work with a student, you'd have them record and show where they're at on this chart. So you can set goals of where you want them to be and how they're going to achieve those goals in your classroom and learning them. And then if you're working with a student who's working a more specific list than what Nicholas did today, there's the Words I Know list 1 through 3. And so that is a smaller set, so there's 75 words in that collection. And so then they would do the same concept, their date, and then color in where they're at and set goals from there if you would like to. And that would be if you're just doing list 1 through 3 with your students. And then we also have words list 4 through 6. So if you're just focusing on those 75, you color in this sheet. But for a student at Nicholas's level, I wanted to have the whole work so we could try all the different words. And so that's why we did list 1 through 9 today and the whole 220 words. So today Nicholas showed that he was fluent in 209 words. And so next time we could say that we want to know 215 words next time. So I would go up here and I could put right where 215 is. And then what we would do is I could draw in lines with students and then they'd be able to see growth. And a student that's really struggling, this would be really powerful for them to be able to see it going from a lower level to higher throughout the school year. And it really helps them to be more connected to what's happening in their learning. So good job today, Nicholas. That's all I need you for. So thank you so much for showing me your sight word fluency. You can turn out if you want to. So overall, I would use this in my classroom to monitor students' progress. I'm able to sit down and work with them one-on-one and listen to what they know so that I can hear it and understand where they're struggling. I really like the idea of these charts so I can really watch where they're at and we can assess it together. It's a great tool to have for parent-teacher conferences to show parents, hey, this is where we're at. We started here, now we're here, so we're learning together, which are really valuable tools to have in your classroom. I think it's always progress monitoring is such an important part of what we do and making sure students are learning and picking up on those important skills in our classrooms. And so obviously sight words and fluency is such a huge part of what we do, especially in our lower grades, and like first and second grade is huge especially. And so I found the two activities I would use with my students someday are what first one I found is the sight words Bumblebee kit. So what it is it's really basic sheets, but it's interactive and gets them into their learning. So it just says BB Bumblebee. Can you learn this word with me? So the first one, they start out very basic. So obviously this would maybe be with a kindergartner or even depending on where the students are at. So they'd read it with you or as a group. You could do it together. They'd say I, and they're going to write it on this line. And then they get some syllables. So can you clap it? How many syllables? So I is 1. So that's very important to get them understanding that part of phonics right away. And then they're going to color it so you really get to feel it. And then they trace it. So once again, feeling, what does I feel like? What does it look like? So we're doing that. and then spell it. So kind of just like write it, we're going to spell it out again, so they're really understanding how you make that word and how it's formed. And then we're going to find it. We need to be able to identify these words, obviously, in our reading. So then we're going to find it in our chart down here. And then who did I tell it? They need to tell it to one of their partners. So this would be great in a small group for students who are struggling with maybe similar words. So they're going to be saying it out loud. They're going to verbally say it. So by doing a sheet like this, we're appealing to all learning types and helping all students to really connect with their sight words and reach that fluency that we're aiming for. And there's lots of different words that are in this kit I found that I really like this one, like, is right here, the, and just lots of other ones. Is another one. So basically, you could take this and create for any word yourself to help your students that are struggling with different sight words to really connect with the sight words that we need fluency in to help to be fluent readers. And all of these are on Teachers Pay Teachers is where I found all my resources at. They have so many great things that I hope to use in my classroom someday. The next one I found that is makes it even more fun to learn sight words, especially in a small group, is Sight Word Bingo. And so what it is, in this kit that I found, there are 6 different sets of sight word cards. So it would work great if you had 6 different students. If you're in small groups, maybe during your daily 5, if you have your students working at a station with you, you could play bingo for one of your stations that day. And so at the top of the sheet, so it's Sight Word Bingo. At the top it tells you which words are included, so that way you can differentiate which student is getting which words, so you know they have some words that they already know to help them feel comfortable. Then you're also challenging them with words they don't know, and so you're really getting a good mix in there. And so by doing this, you're making it more of a game for them and making learning fun, which is how it should be. Reading should be fun for students. We don't want to scare them away from this. So those are the 2 resources and activities I would use to help enrich sight words for students, to go from my Dolch assessment activity and take those results, and then go into activities such as these that will help students to become proficient and fluent in sight words that are so important for us to know. So like I said, overall, sight words are so important for students in reaching the fluency that we need them to have in reading, because like we've said before, fluency directly affects comprehension. If we aren't, a lot of times if we aren't fluent in our sight words and understanding those little words in our reading, those little words add up to big things, and we have to know those in order to be successful and proficient in other content areas too, because it all is interconnected, it works together. So I hope to use these tools someday in my own classroom to help my students to be successful. So thank you.